Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Today is Monday, July 10th, 2023. And if you're joining me live, you are watching the Ramonepreston Show, where I share information with you about business, finance, wealth building, a little bit of ministry and church from time to time, and things that could help you properly start, structure, and scale your company to the next level. So welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you're coming on, joining me live, please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston, my squad, we alive right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm already rejoicing. I'm glad in it because it's Millionaire Monday. Millionaire Monday. Every Monday, we claim it as Millionaire Monday. Not just because we want to make the millions, the milli, but we claim this day to be Millionaire Monday because every Monday we host a Millionaire Monday coaching call for all of our students, or actually our clients and mentees who are in our Millionaire Mentorship program. So I want to say welcome to the show. Thank you for being a part of our community. If you are a member of any of our courses or programs that we offer on Ramonepreston University, I want to say thank you very much for trusting me and my team to help educate you, to help inspire you, and to help empower you with the information that you need to succeed. And I want to say this at the onset because I got a lot I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm going to just go and open up and say this right out the gate. What I share on this show ain't for everybody, okay? The information that I share on this show, it ain't for everybody. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, if you're looking to take your business to the next level, if you're trying to figure out how to navigate as an entrepreneur to make more money, to be a real legitimate business owner, to get exposure so that you can make sales, if that's you, then what I share on this show is for you. But if you're not trying to make money, if you're satisfied with where you are, if you feel like you don't need nobody to give you any additional information on top of what you already have about business and money and finances, then what I share on this show is not for you. So I just want to say this out the gate, all right? I am a business consultant. I'm a business coach. I'm an educator at heart. I love to teach people, whether it's ministry or whether it's business. I'm both. I'm a preacher just as much as I'm an entrepreneur. And I have been an educator in both of these industries for over 20 years. And so I love what I do as a business coach and consultant. But more importantly, I love what I do as an educator because I know the Bible even says that we perish for the lack of knowledge. And that's just not spiritually, that's economically. And if there's ever been a time in the history of the world that we as people of God, more importantly, we as entrepreneurs who really believe God has called us into the business world, now is the time for us to educate ourselves, to learn the principles and concepts that we need to learn so that we can be successful. Just in case you haven't gotten the memo, ain't nobody gonna give you success. Ain't nobody gonna just magically make something happen for you if you trying to do something for your family. So I want to say thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show. And if you are here or if you come on this show because you want to learn more about business, you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, you want to learn more about financial literacy, you want to learn more about systems and processes and holding companies and how to put a real infrastructure together to be successful and to maybe at some point become a millionaire, this is the show you want to be on because I'm not just a preacher and a man of God and an apostle and a church person. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner who has built a successful 7-figure organizational enterprise from the ground up. And I say it proudly, I say it boldly, I say it confidently, because I know the amount of work and the amount of education, self-education that it took for me to be where I am in business. And that information that I learned, that education that I applied, the self-education, the research, the development, the personal growth, all the ups and downs, the experiences, the experimentations, all the things that I've been through in the last 20 years, I take pieces of those experiences and what I've learned, and I put it together in the way of this show to just give you an idea of what the endless possibilities are if you are willing to educate yourself and put in the work. So I know what I share on this show is boring for a lot of people, because some people just don't think they need the simple, basic principles and concepts for business on any level. I've heard people tell me, oh, what you teach and what you talk about and what you share and what you provide as a coach and a mentor is basic. It's simple. It's for beginners. I had one person to tell me, oh, what you basically do is give information like for dummies, like the dummy version. And I was like, first of all, you got to be a dummy to think simple, basic principles and concepts about business is for dummies. And then secondly, what I want to say to people who say it's too basic and simple is, let me see your bank account. You know, I've heard that even in church and ministry, people talk about, oh, I want to eat the meat. Give me the meat of the word. Give me the meat for business. I want the $1 billion principles that you got. I want to learn the $1 million strategies. Okay, you want to eat the meat for $1 million business, but your bank account look like you on Similac. You get what I'm saying? So today, I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about marketing made simple. Marketing made simple. For the last couple weeks and for the next week or so, all I've been talking about and all I'm going to talk about for the next week or so are things relating to marketing and sales. Now, one reason why I'm talking so much about marketing and sales is because on Saturday, July the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm hosting a sales and marketing workshop. So of course, that's all I'm talking about, because I want you and maybe your friends and your colleagues or maybe your team members, I want y'all to join me on July 22nd. It's a Saturday, less than 2 weeks from now. We're going to be hosting a one-day sales and marketing workshop, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of the simple, basic, fundamental principles for marketing and for sales. And so today I'm talking about marketing made simple, especially for solopreneurs. So again, if you already making hundreds of thousands of dollars or maybe millions of dollars, maybe what I'm sharing is not for you, all right? But if you are a solopreneur and you don't have a big staff, if you don't have a budget to run ads, if you're not really sophisticated in understanding marketing, if you don't have a sales team, if you don't have a script for your sales, if you don't have a sales process, if you don't have these things, what may seem simple to somebody who is further up that road is everything to you. Do you know? If you don't know, let me inform you that 9 out of 10 businesses, that means 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs or solopreneurs who start businesses, 9 out of 10 of them fail within the first couple years. So that means if you are a solopreneur, you get an LLC, a S corporation, you and your spouse or maybe a friend or family, you come together and you start a business. You have a certain product you want to sell. You got services you want to provide. Statistically, the likelihood of you succeeding is so low, you're almost destined to fail as a business owner. This is statistically. Now, you can have the faith to believe that you ain't gonna fail in business. You can have the confidence and the courage that you're going to make it and you're going to crush it. But I'm telling you now, if you don't have the right mindset, of course, but if you don't have the right skill set in certain things, that business is not going to succeed. Now, even though statistics show that 9 out of 10 businesses fail within the first couple years, most businesses that exist today, most LLCs and S corporations and EIN numbers that are created for businesses are ran by one person. They're being run by solopreneurs. And statistics show that the top reason why most of these businesses fail is because they don't market themselves. They have no value in the marketplace. Either people don't know they exist or people don't know enough about them to do business with them. So it's a marketing issue. And then it's a sales issue. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough revenue. Have you noticed in today's world, almost everybody that you talk to who wants to get in business, they're almost always talking about trying to get funding. I need a bank to give me funding. I need to find a credit union. They're always looking for a hack to get funding. Why are entrepreneurs in today's world always looking for funding? You know, one of the reasons why they're looking for funding? Because they don't make enough sales. And most of these entrepreneurs who don't make enough sales probably are not even marketing their business. So I'm talking about the principles and concepts concerning marketing and sales, not just today, but I've been talking about it for a couple weeks. I'm hosting a one-day workshop. I have courses that I'm offering with this workshop on marketing and sales, because I know if you are a solopreneur, you probably don't have a marketing budget. You probably can't afford to run ads. You probably can't afford to hire a content creator. You probably don't even like being in front of a camera, or maybe you just don't have time because you're busy either working a job, trying to fund your business, or if you're full-time in business, you're too busy trying to do the actual work that you got to do to make the money. And then when it comes to sales, if you don't have a sales script or a professional sales process, even when you do get the attention of someone who may want to do business with you, do you know how to walk them through a professional sales process? So I just want to get a show of hands. Some of y'all, your pride is always going to get in your way, so you're not going to respond or interact. But for those of you that are watching me, I want to get a response from you, and I want you to put it in the comments, and I want you to be honest with me, be honest with yourself, and be honest with our community. If you are an entrepreneur, and if you have a business or multiple businesses, do you have a marketing system and process with campaigns in place? Do you have that in place? And do you have a sales script with a sales system and process in place? Are your marketing and sales systems and processes in place? Do you have that in place? I would love to know that in the comments. And don't be ashamed. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You could tell me, yeah, and it's not true. You ain't lying to me, you lying to you. So it really don't matter. But for those of you that can keep it 100 with your boy, I would love to know, do you have a professional marketing and sales system and process? And I'm not just talking about technology. I ain't just talking about like having a CRM. I'm talking about, are you able to strategically put content together and distribute it on social media and tie that content to a professional process that you can walk people through? So for example, if I see content that you put on social media, if I click that link or go to your landing page or call your number or email you in response to something that you provide value for, if you're doing it that way, is there some professional process that you have for your marketing and sales to walk me through so that you can make sure that I purchase the right products and services and get what you promised that you would give me? If you don't have that, of course, I would love for you to tell me yay or nay in the comments. But if you don't have that, I want you to understand you're not alone. There are 32+ million registered businesses in the United States of America. So that means there are 32 million EIN numbers or articles of incorporation or organization that have been filed to designate a business entity. There are about 32 million registered small businesses. Most of these small businesses are ran by solopreneurs. Most of these businesses are not profitable. That means they not making any money. And the reason why most of these businesses that ain't making no money are still existing and active is because the owner is probably working a job, funding the expenses of the business with their hard-earned money from their job, and they're probably just doing the basics, the very least, just to keep that entity active. A lot of entrepreneurs who run and own businesses that ain't making no money, they don't even pay their annual registration fee with the Secretary of State because they can't afford it. We need to change that narrative. And the way you're going to change that narrative is you're going to have to learn the most simple principles and concepts concerning marketing. So as I said, if you making hundreds of thousands of dollars, marketing made simple may be too simple for you. But if you ain't making no money in your business, it ain't nothing simple to you because you ain't making money. So away with all this stuff. You know, when people talk like, oh, I need more information. You ain't giving me enough. What you mean I ain't giving you enough? Is what I'm providing making you money? Are you taking what you've gotten and making money from? If you ain't, you don't need nothing beyond that. You get what I'm saying? So we're talking about marketing made simple. You got to get your marketing and you got to get your sales in place. And so again, I like to share a lot of simple principles and concepts because if you can learn the basic fundamentals, if you can learn the simple parts of anything, you have a greater chance and a higher likelihood of actually doing it. All right? Because when you try to learn the most sophisticated things about marketing, sales, business, finance, investing, or whatever, a lot of times you get so overwhelmed and intimidated, you don't do anything. I've seen this over and over again. You know, we have this ambition as people. So when we learn about things that we're interested in, we go head first into it, whether it's marketing, sales, financial literacy, business ownership, investing, wealth building. We just go head first. We want to just deep dive into all these subjects, and we want to just gorge and binge watch all the information. The problem is if what you are learning is too sophisticated, too in-depth, and if it's not simple enough, most likely you're going to get overwhelmed, maybe get intimidated, and you might do it for a couple of days and then you back out and then you don't go back on it because it was too much for you. But if you can take bite-sized morsels of data and start implementing it, I tell this to my team almost every day we talk, and I say this to my students and mentees religiously, that you don't want to try to just take too much information in. Like if you just, take maybe 5 or 10 minutes of information in every day consistently over long periods of time, you have a better chance of learning that information. And if you just take 5 or 10 minutes of information and whatever you learn, if it's 1 or 2 points, you figure out how you can use that information. That's how you build a sustainable, consistent way of life in whatever area you're getting information in. So today we're talking about marketing made simple, and I'm giving you like the most simplistic form of marketing. And so if you haven't watched the show within the last couple weeks, then you're probably kind of lost on all the stuff I've been talking about. So this is like marketing made simple, marketing 101. If you want to know like a simple definition for what marketing is, all right? This is so important for you to understand. If you want a simple definition for what marketing is, I want you to refer to marketing as providing value, all right? Now, again, you can Google what marketing is. You're going to get sophisticated definitions and descriptions. You can call somebody that you think know their stuff and ask them, okay, what is marketing to you? And they give you this bougie little definition. But let me tell you something. If somebody is marketing in their business and they're not providing value in their marketing, I'm going to be the one to tell you, and I'm not the marketing guru. They ain't marketing. Because in order for an entrepreneur who owns a business to market their business or market themselves or market their products and services, they have to know how to take themselves, their business, their products and services, and provide value to the end consumer or to the people who are in the marketplace. All right? So for me, I'm a business consultant, I'm a business coach, I'm an educator, I have an online educational platform. I provide services and programs for starting businesses and for financial literacy and for systems and processes. That's where my expertise is. So I host the show, right? Monday through Friday, the Ramonepreston Show. And so I have to come on this show, and what do I have to do? I gotta provide value. So a lot of people be telling me, man, you be giving too much information away on your show for free. You got a couple thousand videos, like 3,300 videos on your YouTube page. And some people won't even buy anything from you because they just go to your YouTube page and just listen to videos. Well, number one, I don't care if they go there and get all that information because this is what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm providing value. So I'm supposed to educate you when I'm on my show. Okay, I might have a little entertainment in there. I might goof off a little bit, go on a couple rants, act a fool, get ghetto from time to time. But for the most part, I'm trying to provide value, or I am providing value. And the value that I'm providing is in relation to products, services, and programs that I provide as a business. Are you understanding me? So when I'm on my show, all right, providing value, or if I'm just posting other videos and content or sending you emails or whatever the things are that I'm doing, or having a webinar or having an event, anything that I'm doing in terms of my marketing needs to be centered around me providing value. The same for you. This is the most simplistic form of marketing. You figuring out how you can provide value. Well, what am I going to provide value for, Ramon? Okay, well, what are you marketing? If you're marketing yourself, what is the most valuable thing about you? If that's what you're marketing. If you're marketing you, because you're trying to get a better job, you're trying to get a promotion, or you're trying to get known as an influencer, or you're a speaker, all right, you need to provide value on yourself. If you're an influencer, you need to provide value on your influence. Like, who are you influencing? How did you influence them? What took place that gave them the influence that they have? What was the result of you influencing them? Whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're marketing your products and services, okay? If you're marketing your whole business, I don't know, maybe you have a church. I have a church. I have a ministry. So a lot of times when I'm marketing myself, I am also marketing my products, my services, my business, and my church. Now, in order for you to market yourself in a very strategic way so that you are providing value in a way that encompasses everything that's under you, that has to tie into your branding. That's why I always talk about your branding, even when you start and structure your business, because you want to make sure when you get to the marketing part, in terms of providing value, it is a reflection or a representation of everything that you do and everything you are. Does that make sense? But in any case, whether you are marketing yourself, your products, your services, your business, your church, or all of the above, it still has to be a form of providing value. So now I've got to look at all the things that I have that I want to offer people, that I want to offer to the marketplace. And I've got to figure out ways to take the most valuable aspects of myself, the most valuable aspects of my products and services, the most valuable aspects of my business or whatever it is that I have, right? And I've got to figure out how to take the most valuable aspects of it and distribute it to people so that they can get value from what I provide. Ladies and gentlemen, that's marketing. That's marketing. Point blank, period. And if you are an entrepreneur, an influencer, a leader, a community advocate, I don't care what you are. If you plan on getting success at any point and on any level, your success is going to be dependent upon the success of your marketing. Period. It's going to be dependent upon that. Because you could be the next best thing since sliced bread. But if nobody knows you're sliced bread, ain't nobody going to purchase you. Ain't nobody going to pay attention to you because nobody knows you. So you have to learn to market. And if you're going to be successful in your marketing, that means you're going to learn how to provide value. All right? That's what marketing is all about. Now, a couple other things I want to talk about real quick in today's conversation. Marketing made simple. All right? Because this is like the most simplistic conversation that I want to have. And the reason why I know this conversation is very important, because most solopreneurs and entrepreneurs who have business entities, they are not marketing. They are not providing value. They don't know how to market and provide value, which, by the way, marketing is different from advertising. So what you see a lot on social media is a form of advertising. That's not necessarily marketing. So just because you're telling people what you do, just because you have this great mission statement about your company or this big vision, or you have a business plan or a proposal, or you got the best products or the lowest price, none of that means anything to me. None of that means anything to people in the marketplace. You know why? Because you can have the lowest price. Listen, your products and services could be the lowest in the market. You could give your stuff away. It still doesn't mean people are going to accept it. Because if they don't know you, if they don't trust you, if they don't have a connection with you, if there's no value that they feel has been given from you, they probably don't even want what you have to offer for free. This is all a part of your marketing. And so if you are a solopreneur, small business owner, you don't have a big budget to run ads, and even if you do have a big budget to run ads, you still need to learn the fundamentals of marketing. You need to understand how can you provide value, and it don't take money to provide value. In today's world, you can market your business for free. Do you understand what I'm saying? In today's world, you can market yourself for free. In today's world, you can market your products and services for free. So you don't like, I'm the wrong person for you to try to give some lame excuse to, talking about, well, I ain't got no money to run no ad. You shouldn't even be running no ad. You shouldn't even be running no ad. What you should be doing is taking the most valuable aspects of yourself, your products, your services, your business. If you have a ministry, what are the most valuable aspects? Like, what are the things that you do that are the most valuable? What are the things that you offer that are the most valuable? What are the things about the products and services that you have that you know that if other people knew, it would bring value to them? You take those aspects and you package them in the form of videos or podcasts or show or all of the above, or texts or emails or webinars or free consultations. It could be 100 different things. But it's you taking the most important aspects of yourself, your products, your services, your business, your ministry, or whatever it is that you got going on, and distributing it to people on a consistent basis until somebody raises a hand and says, hey, tell me more. Or until somebody sends an email back and say, hey, I saw your post, or I got the email, or until somebody texts you or calls you or DMs you or clicks a link and fills out a form. Until that happens, your only objective in marketing is to provide value until that happens. And when that starts happening, you need to double down on whatever you did to get that first response. Like, I'm giving you $1 million worth of game right now, but it's going over some of y'all head because it's too simple for you, because you think you figured it all out. And those are the worst people to teach, people who think they got it figured out. But don't tell me you got it figured out. Show it to me in your bank account. Period. One of my mentors, I love what he says. He says, if anybody gives him any advice about business, about money, about success, about wealth, here's what one of my mentors says. If anybody tries to give him any advice about anything relating to business and money and success, he says he's got a few questions he asks them. He says one of the questions is, what is the most amount of money you've made in a year? What is the most amount of money you made in a year? How much money are you even making a year? And I know somebody's got a lame excuse. Well, it ain't all about money. Well, why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, you might have a different purpose, but at some point, a part of that purpose needs to be to generate revenue for you to do whatever it is that you're doing. Like, I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor, an apostle. I've had a 501c3 church charter for years. And let me tell you something. It takes money to run that church. It takes money to facilitate outreach. It takes money to feed the homeless and clothe the naked and provide shelter for people who are not in homes. It takes money to go to jailhouses and prisons and nursing homes. It takes money to do all that. All the stuff that we have been able to do in our church and through our outreaches, it has taken, oh my God, we've been doing it for 20 years. I mean, I've pastored for 12 and a half. Our organization has been existing for 16 years. We started our church and our ministries. So that means we probably spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to do the things that we've done. We've fed, oh my God, thousands upon thousands of people, children, adults. I can't even tell you all the stuff that we've done, but I'm telling you this, everything that I've done in my church, everything that I do in my church, everything I've done in my ministry and we do, my wife does, our team does, our volunteers do, it takes money. It takes money. And guess what? If we don't have money, we can't do the things that we do. And on the business side, if you have a business, it's going to take money for you to run your business. And in order for you to even get in the ballpark of making enough money so that you can do the things that you want to do in your business and through your business, which is probably to support ministries and churches and other community projects or global issues, you're going to have to learn to market. Okay, so marketing is about you, number one, providing value. How do you provide value? You just take a look at everything that you have, everything that you are, and you take the most important aspects of yourself, your products, your services, your ministry, your whatever the programs that you have, and you have to give it to the marketplace. And don't be afraid to give that information away. Don't be afraid to share with people the best information that you have. Don't be afraid to provide free consultations or coaching sessions or to answer questions for people or educate people or do what I'm doing, have a show. Don't be afraid to do it for free. Because if you give enough value, if you provide enough value, I promise you, at some point, someone who's watching, who's listening, who's hearing, who's getting what you're giving, at some point, I promise you, somebody's going to raise their hand and say, tell me more. I want to know more about that thing you're talking about. I want more information. Wherever that information came from, I want more of where that came from. At some point, it's inevitable. It will happen. I remind my team of this almost every day when we have our team meetings. I remind them, as long as you keep providing value, as long as I keep showing up, doing my show, sharing information, giving away content, giving people game, providing free consultations, answering people's questions, showing them how to start holding companies and create systems and processes and package their products and services and sell and market. If we keep doing that, at some point, somebody's going to lift their hands and say, I want to know more. It's just as simple as that. All right. So all of you, especially if you're a solopreneur, if you don't have a marketing budget, if you can't afford to run ads, if you don't have content creators on your team, if you ain't got all that, you just need to take the most simplistic form of marketing and you need to put a campaign together around that. All right. I'm going to give you more information on the marketing side in just a moment, but I want to just connect the marketing to the sales momentarily. All right. Because once you start marketing, or in other words, providing value, once you take the most important aspects of information that you have on whatever the products and services that you provide, the subject matters that you operate in, and you start distributing it consistently on a regular basis, giving it away, providing as much value, and when people start responding, okay, once somebody raises their hands and says, I want to know more about that business that you have, I want to know more about this or that, or the other, that's when the sales process technically begins, okay? That's where you shift out of marketing and into sales, and you, even if you're a solopreneur, even if you're scrapping to survive, you still need to complement or complete that marketing that you're doing with a professional sales process. And what that means is you need to be using a script. For years, I didn't do it. So I was an entrepreneur for years before I, really took my marketing serious, before I took my sales serious, before I started learning and educating and getting coached and mentored and training and role playing. For years, I didn't take that stuff serious because I did not understand the value. But guess what? Thanks to mentors that are now my mentors and coaches and people that I paid to help me, they were willing to show up on social media and provide enough value to get my attention so that I could raise my hand and say, oh, wow, that's my problem. So the same way I do what I'm doing, someone did it to me. And I'm thankful that they did it to me and for me because it's helped me to get to where I am. It's allowed me to skyrocket my business and grow because now I've learned principles and concepts that have worked for me and I'm able to bring them back and share them with you. So your marketing needs to be complemented and completed with sales. You have to have the both. And once you put your marketing in place, that means once you figure out the most effective ways to provide value based on whatever the things are that you're good at, that you are knowledgeable about, the things that you operate in as a business owner, an entrepreneur, once you start providing value to the marketplace through different mediums and means and different ways, you want to have a sales process so that when people start raising their hand by reaching back out to you, calling you, going to your website, filling out contact forms, going to your landing page or whatever it is that they're doing to respond, you want to have a professional sales process to walk them through. So that means you want to be able to either walk them through that professional sales process on your landing page. It doesn't mean you always have to talk to people. Maybe your business is online, but there still needs to be the element of marketing and sales online. When you go to a lot of these platforms online, like Amazon, come on, they the biggest. They like the masters at this. Okay? Amazon has built a brand and a marketing universe so massive that even if you go to a physical store to buy something, you're probably going to cross-reference it or put it against what you find on Amazon just to see if you could get it cheaper and if you might be able to get it the same day, because that's what Amazon has done. They're providing value. So Amazon will make you think, do you want to drive through traffic, go to Walmart, go to Target, deal with people in lines? Maybe they don't even have the product that you're looking for. Or do you want to just go to Amazon, click a couple buttons, and get it sent to you probably that day? You see what I'm saying? So they've already figured out the branding and the marketing, but they've also figured out the sales part, because now they're giving you multiple options where you can find the cheapest one. And they're giving you options on how soon you can get it. And they're showing you other suggested purchases that you can make. And they're showing you items that you could add to it that most people who bought that added to it. All of that is marketing and sales. So it can be online or it can be offline. So even if you're hosting a show, if you're doing a podcast, if you are a vlogger or a writer, you're writing ebooks, or you're whatever the things are that you're doing, it has to have this marketing and sales built into it so that it doesn't feel like it's necessarily being marketed and sold that way. It feels like you're just providing value. And because you provide value, we are lifting our hands, raising our hands, saying we want to know more. And we're willing to lean in and respond and get more information from you so that we can become paid customers and clients. So, hey, listen, for what it's worth, all of you that are solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, you're small business owners, if you do not have the money and the budget for ads, you don't have content creators, you're really not all that good with marketing and campaigns and content creation, you don't know the ins and outs of how to make sure that your brand is connected to your marketing and your marketing is providing valuable information based on the most important aspects. If you don't understand that, okay, and if you don't have a sales process, a script, something professional and polished that you can use to really step up your game, if you don't have that, now if you have it, what I'm saying is probably not for you. If you feel like you don't need it, then what I'm saying is not for you. But if you don't have just those two elements in your business, let me explain something to you. I know you are missing so much money just by not having those things. You need to have your marketing and your sales put together, packaged in a way that it makes whatever it is that you are looking to sell and offer to people more professional, more polished, more effective, and more efficient. All right? If you don't have those things, this is what my offer is to you today. My offer to you is I want to give you a VIP ticket to join me in 12 days on Saturday, July 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hosting a one-day sales and marketing workshop. I'm going to take half of the day, the first half, to talk about marketing. And I'm showing you marketing from a grassroots level, okay? I'm not showing you marketing from the guru level, because if you ain't making hundreds of thousands of dollars, the guru level of marketing ain't gonna make sense to you. I know it ain't, because when I started learning certain things about marketing, it didn't make sense to me because I wasn't even making money with the simple things of marketing. So once I figured out the simple things of marketing and I started tying my marketing into my brand and providing value and learning how to be consistent with that and started seeing results, it made marketing simple enough for me to do it and for me to continue to grow in it. And then once you have a sales process with a script that you can use, especially if you're a service provider, okay? If you're an online store or something, it might be different. If you're selling digital products online, it might be different. But if you have a service tied to whatever your business is, you gotta have your marketing tied to your sales, and there needs to be a sales process, okay? So I wanna extend a personal invitation for you to join me on Saturday, July 22nd. It's gonna be a one-day sales and marketing workshop. I usually host 2 different workshops. I wanted to put both of them together because a lot of my students and clients that I work with, they really need both. And I didn't want to make them wait another 2 or 3 months before my next workshop. So I put them both together and I said, you know what, we just going to do some deep diving, because if you ain't got nothing else figured out, you got to get marketing figured out. At least enough for you to be able to show up on social media every day, provide value to people, be consistent with it, and have a good, solid sales process with the script available. So when people do raise their hand to want more information, you can provide that information, and you could do it in a very professional way and feel good and confident about what you're doing. So here's what I'm offering. 1 VIP ticket to my 2-in-1 sales and marketing workshop. That's 1 VIP ticket. You can join me in person or virtual. So if you can't make it here to my headquarters in Buckhead, Atlanta, you're going to get a private link so that you can join me virtual. And we're going to give you the same workbook. We're going to have the same interactive lessons. We're going to have some breakout sessions so that we can participate in some activities. And we're going to help you put together a marketing campaign, show you how to properly position yourself in marketing for your business. And we're going to help you with your script and with your sales process. All right. Now, in preparation for that, for 12 days out, okay? Because we got 12 more days before it's here. In preparation, I'm going to give you access to my sales course and my marketing course. So I have 2 courses inside of my online training program. One of them is on sales and one of them is on marketing. So these 2 courses are really going to help prepare you for the workshop, because in my sales course, we already have a sample script to give you an idea of how you need to start thinking about putting a script together. What are the steps that you need to have in your script for your sales process? We want to at least give that to you so you can start wrapping your mind around it, so you don't feel like a fish out of water when you show up at the workshop. We also give you the marketing course. We show you the 5 steps that we use for marketing. And there's a lot of creative information that I put in my marketing course that I've used to put myself in a different position in the marketplace. Like, there's a perceived value you can create if you position yourself properly in the marketplace. I don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but just know there are a lot of people that I've worked with who have just repositioned themselves in the marketplace, and they have rebranded themselves, and just by making a few tweaks, they have increased the value, not just of themselves, but their products and their services. And ultimately, they make more money, because that's the goal, for you to increase your revenue. So you get 1 VIP ticket. This is a $997 value. These are $497 workshops. I'm giving you 2-in-1. It's a $997 value, plus my 2 courses, one on sales, one on marketing. Both of these courses are inside of my $497 program, but you ain't paying $1,500. I'm giving it to you for $97. Like, there's just no way you could pay $97, go through these 2 courses on sales and marketing, come to the workshop for 1 day, and don't leave with something that will make you more money. It's impossible. But guess what? That's what you're supposed to do when you market your business. You're supposed to provide value. So I mean, I'm not saying I don't get complaints. Every once in a while, we get people to come through our company and complain. They complain because the platform, somebody just complained last week. They called and they were complaining about, I need timestamps in certain videos, which I know what videos they were referring to, but I'm not going to defend it. Okay, I need timestamps. I've had other people to complain that, the information is not as in depth as it's supposed to be. I've had other people to complain. I went through the course and I didn't get anything from it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna just give that to them. But for the most part, anyone that pays money to come to an event and to take courses, especially if they're paying $97 for 2 courses online and for one day workshop. I mean, I've never personally had anyone that paid $97 that got 2 courses and got a whole 1 day workshop that have come back and said, you know what, man, I ain't learned nothing. I want my money back. Come on. I mean, you know better than that. So I want to extend that offer to you. If you know you do not have your marketing in place, you don't have a content creator, you don't have a budget to run ads, you can't afford to pay another company to do this stuff for you, in which you shouldn't, especially if you're a solopreneur trying to build your business, then this information is going to help you. If you don't have a sales process, if you don't have a script, if you don't even know what a sales process and a script is, you definitely need to text VIP to 678-276-8253. You know what? I want to just challenge you. Stop overthinking. Stop overthinking. Why don't you just for one time listen to me and just text VIP to this number? If you do not have a marketing campaign, content creation calendar, if you do not have a budget to pay people to do your marketing, if you don't have a sales process or a sales script, don't even overthink it. Just text VIP to 678-276-8253. Just pay the $97 and I'll wait for you to thank me at the end of the workshop on July 22nd. How about that? How about that? Why don't you just trust that part? Okay, just trust that. You text VIP to this number, you pay $97, and you'll thank me on July 22nd at 4:00 p.m. I guarantee you'll be thanking me by the end of that workshop. If you text VIP, pay the $97, I'm going to give you access to these 2 courses. We're going to onboard you today. So my team are going to onboard you. All right, that means you pay the $97, you get an RSVP for the workshop through email. You're going to get onboarded to these 2 courses and the private Zoom link for the workshop. You're going to start taking these courses, going through them today. You can start today. And then you're going to come to the workshop. And I guarantee by 4:00 on July 22nd, you'll be thanking me. You'll thank me later. Just thank me later. Thank me later. Because you ain't going to just learn something. You're going to learn a whole lot about marketing and sales that you probably hadn't even thought about. I guarantee it. So I look forward to hearing from you. Text VIP to 678-276-8253. With that being said, this has been another amazing Ramonepreston show on this beautiful Millionaire Monday right here in Buckhead, Atlanta. We are excited about everything that God is doing, not just for us, but through us as we continue to take our businesses and our finances and our lives to the next level. And I want you to go for the ride. So please, when you have a moment, once the show is over, if you have to wait because you might be watching me on your phone, text VIP to 678-276-8253 and just thank me later. Thank me later after the 2 courses and the 1-day workshop on sales and marketing. You will thank me later. All right, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show. We'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon on the Ramonepreston Show.